And Subimal Bhattacharjee, who is an expert on India's northeast and hails from there, joins us now. Mr. Bhattacharjee, how do you know this 5,100 crore rupees, the development projects, how do they, improve regional integration, economic growth in the northeast?
Thank you, Mark. I think this 5,100 crores looks at two major power projects in Arunachal Pradesh. As you know, Arunachal Pradesh has a lot of water, and so hydel capacity in the state is being augmented. And as your graphics have also shown that the Prime Minister's special attention to the Northeast infrastructure development has been profound since 2014 when he has taken office. Everywhere. Last week he was there for 2 days, going to Assam, Manipur, as well as Mizoram. For the first time, Mizoram was the capital was connected to the rail network of the country, and today is back after a week in Arunachal Pradesh and in Tripura. So the focus on infrastructure to make the region a hub of economic activity, as he says, that the growth engine for economy for the country would be led by Northeast. That's absolutely profound. And that also helps in so many other avenues of a wholesome development and growth for the region, where it comes to, fructifying Act East policy, connecting with Southeast Asian countries. If you don't have the right infrastructure in the region, then it becomes difficult to connect with other parts of the region. So that has been a real focus, and there's so much of appreciation from the people in the region. The Prime Minister's presence itself is so much inspiring that that it's made a lot of a difference. He has been to the Northeast after becoming Prime Minister. 70 times he has been in the region. What can you more expect? So this presence makes a lot of difference. The allocations make a lot of difference. The utilization certificate of the allocation and the money provided from the center, that is done. So the money is properly spent. And we've seen so many.
So let's unpack what you're saying a little bit, Mr. Bhattacharjee. The Prime Minister's statement, India, the Northeast is India's emerging powerhouse. How does it reflect our national priorities?
No, it's a very important part of the national priority because we are energy-starved nation because we are growing at a huge pace. We need energy. Not only you can look at the hydel energy, but even on the solar front, there is a lot of prospects in the Northeast that is also being harnessed. And so you have to find energy sources, and if you are able to integrate the energy facilities in the Northeast to the overall ecosystem in the country, I think this is another form of integration. The economic integration is very, very important, along with the whole idea of getting Northeast to move forward along with other parts of the country. That idea of ferry and so-called mainstream that used to afflict very many times the discussions, and I think that's been reduced systematically by the Prime Minister with his presence, as well as ensuring that every ministry is available to be providing money for projects and all. Remember that every line ministry has to provide 10% of his allocation for the Northeast. But besides that, there are so many programs like, the Prime Minister Divine Scheme, the Northeastern Special Infrastructure Development Scheme. So under all these programs, various schemes are being run and are being implemented, and they are done on a time-bound manner. So the overall emancipation of connectivity in the region, of infrastructure build-up in the region, I think is absolutely visible in front. And in the last 11 years.
So Mr. Bhattacharjee, you've talked a lot about energy, connectivity, even healthcare is part of this scheme. But how important is this for the landscape of Arunachal Pradesh? We look at Arunachal Pradesh, it's supposed to be an ecosystem. You did describe ecosystem in the economic sense, but in the environmental sense also, it's supposed to be a fragile ecosystem, isn't it?
Absolutely. I think that's very, very important. The prospects for tourism, the prospects for looking at the environmental aspects while building up all this infrastructure, I think that is absolutely factored by the government, and even the local government and the various communities are also very sensitive to that. So all of the project, DPR and the way forward in which they would be taken forward is taken care of that way. And the prospects of Arunachal Pradesh tourism is also very, very high. I think that is again another aspect that has been building up, like what the Prime Minister inaugurated in Tawang today. I think Tawang is on the tourist map of India from a
Right.
Buddhist perspective as well as from the scenic perspective. So that again is again a big booster. So the prospects of Northeast getting forward economically with this kind of avenues, it cannot be always a very high industry intensive region. But the
Yes,
service
indeed.
industry, but the tourism, they lay a lot of prospects. And once the infrastructure is there, it automatically adds to the entrepreneurships that are also emerging from the region into small things like,
Yes.
hotels and homestays.
Absolutely. A final question, Mr. Bhattacharya, what are the implications from a security point of view and a diplomatic point of view? Because after all, we look at this place also in the context of India-China relations.
Yeah, I think that always remains very important. But I think people of Arunachal Pradesh are very clear, and the government is also very clear that Arunachal Pradesh is absolutely an integral part of India. So every mechanism to protect it is there. The people are, as the Prime Minister himself has said, that people address each other with Jai Hind. They speak very good Hindi also. So their integration to the overall national cause is very, very high. Hence, I don't think there is a major security issue per se. Now, if Chinese misadventure happens, which has happened in the past and all, that will be dealt with the way it has been dealt in the past. But I don't think, at this point of time, it's a big issue, because overall, even if you see, the government's approach has been to solve many of the otherwise, issues also that afflicted the Northeast in the form of various extremist groups. 13 groups have signed agreement in the last 6 years, and they have been provided opportunities for their own development. So even if you leave Arunachal, but you go to the other states also, those groups have all now got themselves into the job of building up their own places. And also, overall, the security situation, I think, is not a worry or concern
Indeed.
when you are investing in development.
We leave it there. Thank you very much. Subimal Bhattacharya, expert on the Northeast. Thank you for joining us.